So let's go.
Let's go. We're in it, folks. Game number 1 in this best of 3. TaToH versus ACCM. Day 1 groups. So ACM is Chinese. He's going for, what, archers? He's on gold.
Yeah, I mean, you start on gold on this map, so that would make sense.
Well, he stayed on gold, I guess is what I meant to say.
Yeah, so we do see an archery range coming down. As predicted for both players. And I think, as we talked about in the previous set, I think that archers is the play on this map. Just, it's so easy to get walled out if you go scouts. Archers can shoot over stuff, so...
Yeah, if you're not familiar with this map, it looks like this, and players are pretty close to each other. Usually it's kind of like mirrored, but here they are a little bit closer, so that could change the meta of the game a little bit. So you have lots of good wood and an opportunity to wall in your TC and your wood lines. However, it's not really a possibility to wall across this little stony area here, so you can't really make a full edge-to-edge wall kind of situation. But ACM grabbing his water buffalo under the TC, TaToH doing the same thing, and I'm assuming as the game progresses we'll want to be expanding to the outskirts. Lots of berries, stone, gold, lots of options. You're good.
Yeah, so ACCM's going for 2 ranges, and TaToH is going for a range and a stable. Now, I think that
hold on, villager.
Ranges might be better.
Villager death here in the north. ACCM gonna get her. Oh.
Yeah. Cost him half of his scout HP.
Worth.
Maybe a little bit more.
Worth.
Maybe worth. Potentially worth. We'll see how the next fight goes. But yeah, I mean, pretty good. Pretty good, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, ACCM also has Chinese start, so he started with 3 extra villagers. So he is up by 2 vills, despite having, 40 seconds of idle time. That's not shabby.
That's pretty nice. And we've got 1-1 on these archers here. So let's see the fight here. The spearman gets a hit, and that's going to make TaToH have to retreat. ACCM scout is a little on the low side, a little bit not enough HP because he did take out that villager, but let's see. I think ACCM probably has to just run back home here. He just doesn't have enough, and that is what he's gonna do here.
Yeah, well, ACCM does, he did invest into fletching, and he did invest into his armor, so his archers are a little bit more beefed up, but TaToH does have the numbers. And sometimes this is a numbers game. Hindustanis, they don't get knights, but the option to go for Shravamsha Rider could be really, really strong against crossbow if that's what ACCM wishes to pursue.
Yeah. And this is all about the archer micro here. Now, TaToH is adding a bunch more scouts, so he's going to get +1 armor for them. And then with those scouts, they can kind of dominate, but he needs to not lose his army here. TaToH's getting a little caught out here, losing 1 archer. Could potentially lose a few more here if the angle's just right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're Hindustanis. We don't get Shravamsha Riders. Ellie's on the crick.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've been casting for a long time.
We've been cast. Give us some time. Give
like,
us a little bit of time.
Sometimes you make a mistake. Sometimes it's normal. Anyways, let's see. TaToH losing his army here. He's going to follow it up with Bloodline Scouts.
Oh, yeah, so I mean, he's not that far away from castle, so it's not going to, it's going to hold him back a little bit, but...
Yeah.
Now he's adding his scouts, so never mind. Meanwhile, ACCM, he has the food, and it's not going to be too long for him to get 200 gold. That's really all that's required to get to Castle Age. And he's even adding a second mining camp here on his main gold, just to make these villagers that much more efficient and defending it nicely with 1 spear.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, TaToH, he got armor on his skirms here as well. Like, this is a huge commitment into feudal play. But he lost his army one time. So I think that's going to put him unnecessarily behind to Castle Age here. And yeah, ACCM is up, but TaToH is still nowhere near. So he's going to have to get some damage done. ACCM is going to have to be defending here for a little while and not taking any damage. But if he can do that successfully, ACCM is going to be in a great spot this game.
Yeah, so far it's looking good as ACM just 2 minutes on the clock before he's in castle. And for Chinese, all the techs get cheaper with each age, so it's going to make upgrades a little bit more affordable for him.
Yeah. These scouts are getting in and forcing a tower from ACCM. The tower's going to be a little late here. These skirmishers are just going to wreck the archers, and the scouts with bloodlines and +1 armor. ACCM needed to respect that unit a little bit more. It's pretty strong, and few bills going down.
Villagers, he's going to lose maybe a couple more here, but he will have the advantage in castle in a minute. But can he hold? I mean, the tower will go up, and that will maybe give him a little bit of time. But my goodness, yeah, that was a little bit of a scary encounter for sure.
I think that was what TaToH needed, though. He would have been so far behind if he didn't get those vills. And the overchop.
Yeah, the overchop. The scouts are in. Oh, no. Well, we'll have to garrison here to idle some more eco. But no, TaToH disengages, does not choose to pursue. But he's got a lot of military, lots of scouts, lots of skirmishers, and they're both units that cost food. He's even got spears. So lots of food costs here. That means castle is really far away from us, but forcing lots and lots of quick walls from ACCM, who does it masterfully.
Yeah, TaToH coming forward with the tower as well. Like, yeah, as you said, TaToH is so far away from Feudal Age, or from Castle Age, but he's gonna tower, he's gonna keep the pressure on just with Feudal Age units. And against ACCM, who's gonna have some gold problems here, I think that the Feudal Age units are gonna be enough to fight Castle Age units here.
He's got the number for sure, yeah.
Yep.
Chinese player does have access to knights, and that's what we're gonna need to rely on. Obviously, he's going to want to clean out this tower ASAP, but skirmishers will really not be the scariest unit. I think right now it's probably these 8 archers that are a little bit scary for us. But on the other hand, we have towers defending the main gold. We have scouts and knights on the field to clean this up. And we have a lot of villagers forward from TaToH. So if ACCM cleans, Tatty is in trouble.
ACCM killed all of the spears kind of for free with the archers, so that engagement was not very good for TaToH. But there aren't really knight numbers, and the knights don't have any upgrades. So honestly, like the tower with the archers, with some reinforcements coming in, all these knights could get cleaned up here just by the small number of military that's here. Like, look at that. 3 knights down. There's 2 knights, but they don't have any upgrades, so they're not that strong, actually.
Well, +1 defense is only coming in now, and Bloodlines isn't in yet. But we do have villagers that are coming forward to try to batter down this watchtower, and I think they'll do it. We have villagers. Are they going to repair? TaToH has 150 stone to work with, and when you're repairing a building, it costs half the resources than building it anew. So, I mean, we've got some room to play with and repair.
Yep. Yeah, I think that TaToH's position is actually pretty good with this tower. He's going to be clicking up to Castle Age here, but he's got more spears coming forward. He's going to keep the pressure. Still has the forward villagers, so he can get those working back on stone. Maybe make another tower, do something. He's going to wall at home just to make sure that these knights don't get in. Very smart play. And, I mean, it's only 2 knights. One of them's almost dead, too, so it's going to get focused by the spear here. Oh, almost 1 HP.
Well, it's still got good attack, but Mr. ACM picked up Elite Skirmisher. I don't think I turned off my mod. So I think
you have the Ellie mod? Okay, well, it's okay.
I think they'll have my face on. That's okay. It's a beautiful face.
It's a little bit of flavor, you know?
Yeah, it's a little. They're the Ellie Elite Skirms, all right? They're here. Get used to it. Okay, so we are attacking the tower. And they got extra pierce armor, so we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the elite skirms are pretty sick here. They are going to kill... oh, actually, wait. These archers are going to ungarrison and kill vills. ACCM, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, that's really bad. But we are sending a knight in there. However, the villagers will be dropping. ACM does have a second town center coming down on his gold, so he really doesn't want to lose his gold access. And I think this tower will finally get cleaned up. TaToH just 17 seconds away from castle, and he's got resources for town centers, so he could start to boom here as well. He's not, I mean, 9 villagers down. Is it too late to boom? Does he need to go
It's too late to boom. He needs to go all in, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If he adds TCs here, he's just going to die later on instead of now. With this number of spears, I think that TaToH will be able to push, but of course, spears aren't going to help against the skirmishers, so he's going to need to add in something, and guess what? Hindustanis do not get the knights. He would love to add in knights here, but they do not have knights. So he adds in a few camels with +2.
Exactly. I mean, the Hindustani camels do attack faster, so they're not horrible. But at this point, yeah, do you even waste the resources to go pikemen when your opponent has skirmishers and archers? Probably not really.
It's not really worth it.
It's not viable, yeah. But he's adding a town center on his gold. Again, questionable because he's already so far behind the boom, and I would have loved to have seen a forward siege workshop. I feel like mangonels would be beautiful versus archers and skirmishers, not to mention some forward aggression. But he's got 4 villagers on stone. It's not really castle money right now, but maybe, you know, we're diversifying in different portfolios, and one day it'll grow into castle money.
Yeah, I think that if TaToH is going to add this TC, he's going to have to add like 2 more TCs as well, and he's just going to try and boom it out. He's behind, but it's not like ACCM actually has a army that can really do anything, so yeah.
It's weird that he gave up attacking this palisade gate. Super weak, and he could have or I guess he didn't want to take the encounter versus the camels here. But yeah, pro tip, guys, gates have less pierce armor, so it's a little easier for ranged units to take care of them rather than palisade walls. The knights are in, folks, and that's going to cause some idle time for TaToH. Efficiency speaking, ACM slightly higher, 69. Nice. Mr. Tatty there with 63 and dropping as he's idling some villagers here. But the camels will find these crossbows and skirmishers, and we'll be clapping some cheeks here.
It looks like we have a few of them on stand ground, unfortunately, so they didn't quite all engage, and they're gonna have to get back. Like, these extra crossbowmen that are in the back are gonna push these camels away.
Yeah.
So he's gonna need to be a little bit careful with the camels, because once these camels are gone, TaToH doesn't really have anything, and this siege workshop is so necessary. Is it gonna go up in time? It's gonna be real close. Are there any bills gonna go down?
Oh, the clutch. The thing with the camels is they no longer, Hindustani camels, like before when they were Indians, had extra pierce armor. It's not the same for Hindustanis anymore, so they're really susceptible to arrow damage. And we've got 13 crossbows with Botkin, and ballistics is coming in.
Yep. With ballistics, villagers are going to start falling. We do have a little camel raid in the back of ACCM's base. Looks like we're going to see probably 3 villagers fall, maybe 2. 2 villagers only, but that's okay. Takes off the stone. The crossbowmen in the back of TaToH's base are just so annoying for him. Like, he just can't clean them up. The mangonel is gonna chase them, but
yeah. Well, some camels here will get us around on these little crossbows defensively for ACCM. But we're trying to lead them towards the TC, and TaToH is awake at the wheel, so he is going to pull them out. And like you mentioned, the mangonel is doing some great defensive work at home.
Yeah. So yeah, TaToH adding 1 more TC. He's probably gonna add a 4th TC. He just needs to get 3 more stone. Yeah, he has some stone with the villagers that are building the TC, so he's gonna have that once that's up. Single skirmisher is harassing TaToH's wood line, which is actually just very annoying.
Hold on, we've got 11 crossbows finding this town center. I think the TC will go up though. The nick of time here. And ballistics, even with ballistics, we did some good dodging for TaToH, so nicely played here. Mangonels, though, notoriously slow, crawling, and these guys bolting out of here. But we're adding more farms. 18 farms for 3 TCs. No wheelbarrow, so that's barely enough to keep them going. But, ooh, nice shot there from the mangonel.
Hindustani's cheaper villagers helps out a lot here. I would have loved to have seen a 4th TC instead of the lumber camp that TaToH just placed in his wood economy, just because he really is behind economically here, and if he's gonna do this boom game, he needs to really commit to it.
Yeah. Well, ACCM meanwhile has +2 armor, has Botkin, has ballistics. I think he's missing some forward siege.
Yeah, I think ACCM doesn't need to finish the game right away though, so I think he can just go up to Imp. Just keep making Castle Age units, go up to Imp, make a castle. He doesn't need to overcommit, because one way to throw a game is to overcommit and then lose the forward. So I think he's just being a little bit cautious here. And he already got so much damage with the crossbowman as well. I think he's
You
safe.
make a fair point. I will concede to that. Meanwhile, we do have camels and crossbows attacking the siege workshop. That could be a big threat, obviously, for ranged units, so getting rid of it is nice. Chinese don't get really any bonuses on their camels, but they get bloodlines and pretty open tech, like all their blacksmith upgrades, so not the worst. We're only going to pick up forging right now. That'll be a nice little pick-me-up. And I like that these archers are on staggered formation, so even if they do get a direct hit from the Manga now, it's not going to be as traumatizing.
Yeah. And this forward castle is just going to be so strong. It looks like ACCM decides that he doesn't really want to go to Imperial Age. He's just going to get the forward castle with this huge military. And you could be right. He could add a siege workshop after the castle goes down and start pushing with siege
I mean, oh, and TaToH says G to the G. He had to respect it. And ACCM going to get the first victory here. What a performance.
Oh, yeah. ACCM, a beast. And he seems to be very, very prepared. And yeah, I mean, this first game just showed it. He was able to be a little bit greedier, just getting up to Castle Age faster, getting down the TCs, and just playing to the Chinese strengths here.
For sure. I mean, this castle would have cleaned up these ranges and these stables, the siege workshop, and obviously Taddy was not too happy about that. He was going to try and make another town center, but ACM had more vills, he had more military, strong position, and he's going to come home with the victory. Overall, though, slight military advantage to TaToH. ACCM, though, rolling with the eco score and the tech score, so super, super strong. You know what it was? It was the skirmishers. Let's face it. It's really those skirmishers that
make elite skirmishers, you win the game.
That's how it goes, folks. You heard it here first. All right, well, resources, a little bit more collected for ACCM, slightly fast, or actually a lot faster castle time for ACCM. My goodness.
Yeah.
More villies for ACCM, and the clickies, who you got? I think TaToH.
Are correct.
Yes.
But they're actually very close.
Well,
very close.
82 clickies for TaToH in all the right places, but, or sorry, Mr. ACM clicking in all the right places. So we're going to move on to game number 2. It's going to be TaToH's home map, which was Atacama, I do believe, and he did pick Bulgarians first. So I can say with quite a high confidence interval that that is exactly what we'll see. Atacama and Bulgaria.
So, okay, we're in. Are you in?
I'm working on it.
All right, well, I will talk about how this game is going right now. So we have a stable from this Franks player, which is a classic, and we have the old nothing build from TaToH. So is he going for a dock? He's going for a dock. Okay. How are you going to defend the scouts, though, with the dock? Let's see how TaToH... I'm actually interested to see how TaToH is going to approach this. He's making men-at-arms. He's making men-at-arms.
Well, they're free upgrades, so you get a nice unit. They're a little bit slow, and usually on a map like Atacama, you want to favor mobility. So if you're not familiar with the map, it looks like this. You got wood in the center, the good wood, the good stuff, and some ponds in the corners with a little bit of fish. We've got ACCM here with Bulgarian Scout doing some dancing, but now we have a man-at-arm in the field, and now it's looking a less nice fight for the Frank. Franks do have extra HP on their scouts, though, so that's good for them. But Bulgarians do get cheaper upgrades at the blacksmith, half off in the food costs, so forging is coming in.
And the fact that it comes in faster, too. Like, the work rate of blacksmith actually matters a lot here, because you can get the upgrades in a little bit faster. So... yeah, that can matter here. Now, spears are just going to be defending at home, and a stable is coming down for our Bulgarians player. The fishing ships are on the way.
But it's coming, and forging does also affect the spearmen and the man-at-arms line, all the infantry and cavalry, so it's a really nice upgrade that affects lots of units.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like TaToH's not going to go for the armor upgrade on his infantry. I think it actually is probably worth it with the Civ, especially just for the spears even, just to take... Oh, wait, no, he already got it. He must have gotten it first. I was not paying attention.
Forging?
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay,
he got forging.
No. He got the infantry armor. So.
Oh yeah, the
like,
infantry armor. Yeah, I wasn't also looking, but hey, we are causing a little bit of nonsense, forcing lots of quick walls, distracting ACCM, and that's kind of given TaToH some breathing room at home. Frank player does get slightly faster food income from the berries, and you can see he's got 6 villagers working, but they're a little bit all clumped up together, so it's not really ideal. And because we force these little small walls, villagers don't really path too well. That's why you often see pros make quick walls and then promptly delete them after the danger has subsided, because they do bump into each other and then kind of bug out.
So we're seeing a little fight here. 2 scouts go down for 3 men-at-arms.
Yeah.
Probably either player are kind of okay with that trade. Now, TaToH did spot that there is a dock up here for ACCM.
Yeah, I was
so
going to say
ACCM
TaToH
does
doesn't
go
know,
for
or
the dock.
ACCM doesn't know about TaToH's dock just yet. But he's already has
Yeah.
4 fishing ships on there, so that's going to be quite a nice little eco boost for him.
Yeah, exactly. And scouts are coming in for TaToH. He just got bloodlines, so TaToH is super invested into these scouts. Like, he is going to go crazy into the scouts here in Feudal Age. The tower was necessary to protect the woodcutters here, so I do like it. Spears are going to probably be enough to protect against these scouts coming in. How many hits are we going to get here? 2 solid hits, and the armor on the spear is really paying off here. So I actually really like this strategy with the men-at-arms opening. It makes your spears stronger if your opponent's going scouts. And then you can get the fish down. So yeah, this is a really nice play from TaToH. Creative play.
Well, Mr. ACM is trying to go back on the water here. He's picking forging up as well, so he wants to mirror those upgrades. But the wood line is completely exposed for ACCM, so we might lose some villagers here. Vill count,
Yep,
ACM is still up by 1 and not any longer.
No armor for TaToH yet. Armor's really important when fighting villagers. He has bloodlines, but no armor, so he does end up losing a couple of scouts there. But for a couple of Vill kills, maybe it's worth it. Time will tell.
I mean, TaToH's economy, if he wants to go really heavy on the scout production, which he does, not having horse collar or the wood upgrade is very painful.
Yeah.
Because Franks get the farm upgrade for free, so he didn't have to invest resources into that. And he just had to invest, what, the 75 food and wood into his wood upgrade. So long term, and he gets faster food income from the berries. So I think ACM is in a little bit of a better economic position, but he is down 4 villagers, so you got to take that into consideration.
Yeah. I think the game is pretty even right now. The fishing ships are really paying off for TaToH, that's for sure. Now, one thing to mention is that TaToH doesn't really have an easy access to the center. The way that the wood is, it's kind of blocking him out of the center. It's kind of unfortunate. So if ACCM wanted to go for towers or something on this map just to control the center,
yeah, you're right. It would be a
simple.
really strong play, but it looks like TaToH's the one who wants to go with some sort of tower nonsense. That's exactly what he's doing. ACCM, though, sees it. He's already got his tower up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's in range of this tower, too, so it's kind of... Oh, second tower,
yeah,
I like this.
We are doubling down.
Yep. Well, 2 towers against 1. Obviously, the 2 towers is going to win. And one thing that having 2 towers gives you is that it also... It makes it so that your opponent can't just repair. Like, it's the right amount of damage where your opponent can't really repair effectively. So it's actually a sick play.
For sure. And now all these scouts are here. We can garrison and save some villagers. And we're going to lose some because they do have +1 defense. And TaToH is going to calculate that he can hang out underneath the towers for a little while longer. But we will clean up this tower. A Frank player does have fletching, and Bulgarian is just getting it now. So this tower has less attack and less range at the moment, but he will be doing some repairs.
Yeah,
but villagers
this
are dying.
Tower, yeah, villagers are dying. This tower is just here to idle all these vills. Like, this is 10 vills that are idle, and, well, you can't even take the wood, ACCM. So, honestly, like, even losing a few vills here is probably worth the idle time for TaToH, because it's going to delay ACCM from getting to the Castle Age and being able to do anything, and also it's going to, yeah, it's just going to let TaToH get up a bit faster, make some knights, and maybe hit a better timing here. Another tower as well.
Yeah, another
All right.
tower here for TaToH, a little further behind. I'm interested to see that ACM is just eating the HP losses on his villagers. Should probably ungarrison these 5 from the tower. You're right, the idle time is severe. And some spears are nearby, but we have the numbers for TaToH in terms of his scouts. So we'll clean that up. Look at the efficiency though, 50% to 70. TaToH's working really, really sharp. I like it a lot. But we have a market coming down here for the Frank player, and he has some villagers on stone. He's got a lot of gold. I'm thinking he's just gonna buy low, sell high, and get to castle.
Yeah, the extra on gold, I think he had his rally point there, but it's like his villagers are either going to be taking wood really inefficiently, or you send them to gold. So it's like sending them to gold just made sense for him. So yeah, he's floating a lot of gold, but he can just buy whatever he wants in the next stage. So it's kind of fine. And it looks like it looks like ACCM does want to go for some kind of castle or tower play or something. He's mining stone. He's making another castle or another tower in the center just to, well, to counter TaToH's tower. And, well, he's adding another stable. So we're going to be seeing knights from our Franks player. And what are we going to be seeing on up from Bulgarians? Also knights. There's 2 stables, but TaToH is up faster. And with the 2 pawns, he's going to have lots of food.
Yeah, and with the cheaper upgrades, he'll be able to pick up his defense, offense if he wants to, and he's already mining stone, so they have the Creppy post. The Crep post, it's 350 stone for like a mini castle, but Franks do get discounted castles themselves, so it's like works out to be 488 for a real castle, and castle's a little bit better than the Crep posts.
Yeah, but only slightly better. It's not really, like, they have 1 extra range, but it's not the biggest deal, actually. Because, like, if you can build 2 Krepos, then it's even better. Because you just cover more area. Now, it looks like we're seeing a TC from our Bulgarians player. He's going to be adding some knights, but he's not going to just go full aggression. Now, I think this play is okay. He's probably going to add a 3rd TC, maybe on a gold mine. Probably what I would think.
Yeah, well,
Scout's getting in, doing some damage.
That's a lot of villagers idling at the wood line here, and we have the scouts that are still getting lots of good value in here for Mr. TaToH. Frank player is also responding with the monastery. We're going to see lots of monks to try to get conversions for the knights. They both know what's coming. Knights.
Yep. Yeah, monastery is going to produce the monks, and then TaToH will have pretty good knight production here for a while. Not sure if we can say the same about ACCM if he gets taken off of this gold. So, well, he has a lot of gold in the bank, but he's going to have to buy some food. Which, he'll be fine for a while, though. I think ACCM can probably push this back.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of his fishing ships also in the north. He only has 1, whereas TaToH is still rolling with 10. He's taken the southern pond as well. So he's got fish working really nicely. He doesn't have to worry about reseeding those farms for the moment. I mean, I guess here he'll have to go into fish farms soon, but down south there's still some fish to grab. And in the wood line, we've got a knight, and it seems like there's some knights that are not able to get in. Oh, horrible. Well, now we're taking over, but
yeah. So a monk converted this knight that's in TaToH's woodline here. So fighting with the converted knight, lost the monk, but anyways, both of the knights will be cleaned up there. One thing that TaToH really has to be concerned about, though, is ACCM building a castle or some towers behind his woodline, because if TaToH gets taken off of the center, he's going to be in a bad position. These knights are going to clean up the tower forward, and if ACCM is thinking, he might be thinking about towers along this forward woodline, but we'll see what his strategy is. He doesn't have a 2nd TC, so ACCM's definitely gearing up to go all in.
Yeah, his knights are doing great work cleaning up the towers in the center, and he's making some outposts. And once you make outposts, I feel like Siege is not that far behind. He's got 3 villagers on stone. He has enough for a castle.
Yep. This outpost is going to spot these knights coming in. Who can win this? Who's got more knights? I think it's even. pretty much.
Yeah, knight numbers is 10 to 10 here. I'm thinking, honestly, if we drop a castle on this town center, not only are we denying such a long area of wood line for TaToH, but we also remove a TC.
Yep. And, well, ACCM has the villagers moving in a suspicious direction.
Oh,
so,
there
yeah,
it is. He
here
doesn't
it
even know
comes.
about the town center. He hasn't seen it yet. So when he inevitably does see it, he's going to be very, very happy. The problem is you can't build your castle when there's enemy units on the foundation. So we have to like get rid of this traffic jam first. But lots of villagers in the crosshairs could potentially die.
Yep. The villagers tanked for the knights here a little bit, and ACCM's gonna win this fight because his villagers were actually tanking a little bit. So it helped a lot. He had an extra monk there too, but yeah. Oh, that's an even better spot though. That's gonna range both TCs.
Oh,
and that's
the twofer. But Mr. Tatty with the gate, he says, get out of here. I don't think so, you crumb.
There's no space for the castle anymore because of that gate. That's kind of a sick gate. Amazing. All right, well, some vills are gonna go down for ACCM. He needs to be a little careful here.
Yeah, if not down to the crepos, down to conversions. We've got a villager converted. He could be annoying. And we've got these villagers kind of trapped in here. So we need to get this castle up. Great job keeping the knights out for ACCM. But my goodness, we're going to lose some more villagers to this crepos. And now we've got, look, we got one villager attack. And he's changed the color of his pants. And now he doesn't care about his brother anymore.
He's pushing them into the crepos range as well. So, the castle's gonna go up, it looks like, but at what cost?
At what cost?
TaToH has
45 villagers for ACCM, and knights here are going down. We do have a couple of monks, so we're trying to hope for conversions, but my goodness, this castle, 29 villager deaths for ACCM is insane. He did not have villagers to lose, especially if he's going for knights. They're so expensive on the food and gold. You can't just have 46 villagers and imp and expect that to be enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's not imping, but, you know, still.
No, but ACCM knows he needs to do something, so he's not even thinking about TCs. He's thinking about another castle drop, and he's thinking about just spamming knights, because that's really the only way he can win this. So he needs to get some legendary raids. Like, he would need to kill like 40 villagers.
That seems to be the difference between the players, yes. We have husbandry coming in for TaToH, so his knights are going to be a little bit faster. Does Mr. ACCM have husbandry already? No. So his knights are going to be a lot slower. No +2 defense, no +2 attack.
Yep.
And Mr. TaToH coming down with a crepos.
Yeah, that crepos is gonna just range all this wood on this side. Now ACCM does still have access to wood, so he's okay, but yeah. Oh, look at this. He changed the position at the last second, and that's gonna range the TC. And does ACCM see it? He does see it.
He does. Or Tatty sees it. ACCM sees it. We know what's good. I don't think we have any ranged units, so we can't like harass villagers. We're trying. There's a converted Conic here trying to do some good deeds. And the Conics are a really fun unit for Bulgarians. Once they die, they come back as a dismounted Conic, which is kind of cool.
One advantage of the crepos is that they build faster too. So you get up, and I think ACCM, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do much from this position.
Well, TaToH needs to win this, right? Otherwise, the ACCM is the victor. It is only a best of 3. So like we mentioned, there's really not a lot of room to cover up for your mistakes. If you have one bad game, could be all over. So ACCM is not under so much pressure as TaToH. TaToH's, picking up herbal medicine, doing the Vipey special here. And that's just going to make his castles and crepos heal a little bit faster. TCs as well. I think all garrison units heal faster.
Yeah. Castles and crepos actually heal at a faster rate than TCs and towers naturally, and it just increases them by even more. So, yeah, it's really strong.
Not as strong as the monk double healing capacity of the Byzantines, but we don't need to tell you that. You know all about it. So I think we might be able to break through this palisade if we're not careful, but ACCM is awake and alert at the wheel, and he's just gonna house wall behind.
Yeah.
But calls it anyway.
He knew. He didn't have any advantages in this game anymore. So yeah, great opening by TaToH to go for the Men-at-Arms with upgrades into the dock play, because he's saving on getting a stabler range, and then following it up with the Knights. So.
Yeah, we were both doubting this, but TaToH's like, guys, Ellie, Survivavlist, trust the process. Strong play here. The Gates MVP. Was that Gates?
Yeah, I mean, ACCM was already pretty far behind at that point, but that definitely sealed the deal for TaToH.
Well, that made him make this castle further behind, and he lost so many villagers making a castle there to the Krepos, remember? It's awful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the stats. It's TaToH's game. Military, economy, technology, Tatty.
He's just kind of ahead in every regard.
Yeah. Army high. Conversion 7-7, so that's good. No one picked up any relics, though, despite having so many monks on the field. Slightly more, actually a lot more resources collected for TaToH. He had so many more vills for so much longer. Came to castle time, a little bit faster for TaToH. Villager count, TaToH. Clicky clickies, I'm saying TaToH. In all the right places.
Usually the APM isn't going to vary too much. Like, if you play at 60 APM consistently, you're not going to vary too much more or less than that, depending on the game.
I always like saying ACCM and his APPM.
You and your jokes.
Hilarious.
Ellie loves jokes.
Hilarious. Okay.
I mean, okay, what's the next map? Let's remind ourselves here. Let's go back to the draft. And we are going to be seeing Morris. So that is the fishy map where there's lots of fish. Now, ACCM has Berbers and Cumans.
So Atacama was played. Indeed, Bulgarians crushing. Honestly, when you see Atacama, you just Bulgarian Magyars, you just ban them. You just ban them. Franks tried, but they could only go so far.
Yeah, those two civs are way better on that map. I mean, they're just strong. But anyways, moving on to Morris.
Mayans.
Mayans, you think?
I'm calling it. Mayans, and for ACCM, Coombs.
I think Dravidians. Yeah, you're probably right on the Cumans. But
I'm locking it in. Mayans versus Coombs.
You know, Berbers with the extra movement speed could be pretty good here too. So, I'm locking in on Dravidians. I think Cumans, but Berbers has some potential here. So, well, anyways, we got the link, so let's take a peek.
Jesus.
We're in the game already too.
Oh,
look at this!
Whoa, hold
bada
the
bing,
phone.
bada boom. We're so fast.
Cumans, Dravidians. All right, you were right. I was hoping for Mayans, man.
Yeah, but Dravidians with the extra carry capacity is kind of nice on this kind of map. Because there's so much fish. You just have to go for the fish.
You're always right.
No, I was right like 25% of the time today. That's not a very good correct rate. But you know, it's fine. So we have double stable from the Cumans player as the opening.
It's cheaper for them, right? So
yeah, but like, can you even make two? Like, how many scouts can you make at the start of the game?
Well, he's got 18 on food, and the shorefish is quite quick, so I think we will be fine.
Yeah. He just sent everything to the shorefish.
Yeah, what's going to protect his villagers? The other villagers. That is...
Yeah, might as well.
Their strength in numbers. Ooh, adding an archery range for those pesky spears. Because TaToH has caught wind of the... only one stable. He doesn't know about the other one. But I guess if he starts noticing a lot of scouts on the field, he'll know what's up. So this map, if you're not familiar, it looks a little something like this. In the middle, you have lots of wood and also these shore fish that are very, very beautiful. And on the outskirts, lots of gold and more wood and more stone. But we're fighting for the shore fish, essentially. Is the name of the game.
Yeah, it's all about just aggressively expanding with mills, and you gotta defend the villagers. But yeah, towers could be a play. Lots of military.
Yeah, lots of military are idle. They're just sitting around here doing nothing. My goodness, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Ooh, both players potentially losing vills.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah, this one villager looks like he's on his way out, and ACCM doing a little bit of counter annoyance. TaToH's got 14 on food, so a little bit less than ACCM has. But Kumans can build a second TC in the feudal age, and we are approaching that beautiful quantity of resources. So instead, actually choosing to go for a second archery range. Mr. ACCM, yeah. I don't know if he's going to make it to castle, especially if he wants to make a second TC, then he's committing to feudal for a long, long time.
I kind of don't think that 2 TC is really the play here because, yeah, you need to make military. Like, unless there was a spot in the center where you could get a TC on fish or something, even then, you'd give up so much resource collection. So ACCM, he's just going to play the other Kuman strength, which is getting those cheaper production buildings out and getting a ton of military going. Now, ACCM did lose his scouts in the back of TaToH's base, yeah. So that's a little bit unfortunate. No villager kills yet. So after all that, still no villager kills.
killed 2 of ACCM's vills.
Well, yeah, TaToH, but ACCM has thrown so much military forward and hasn't really been able to get a ton from it. Now, tons of skirms and spears, but skirms and spears kind of dies to scouts and archers. You just micro, and let's see the micro. We will see if ACCM's got it in him. Skirmisher going forward, getting picked off for free. A third stable. So yeah, ACCM is confident that he can hold the fish, and he knows he has to hold the fish.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of skirmishers on the field. Scouts are going to be the natural counter, and he has some skirms of his own. And skirms do get a bonus versus archers, and skirmishers are classed as archers, so skirms counter skirms.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, the scouts will counter the skirms, especially once ACCM can kill these spears, then the scouts will clean the rest. That's the idea behind this composition. Now we're seeing armor come in for ACCM on the scouts. I think we're going to be seeing ACCM just get a lot of upgrades. Forcing a tower. Did ACCM see it? He didn't see the tower yet. So he needs to go confirm that that tower is there, because that gives him a lot of important information for how this game is going to play out. And yeah, pretty big army, but by the time he's ready to attack, this tower is going to be down. TaToH is going to be up to Castle Age. So
for sure, and you know what? TaToH has a secret weapon up his sleeve here. The Dravidian Skirmisher.
Yeah.
25% faster attack rate is no joke. These skirms, strong AF.
And I wonder if TaToH is just going to go around the back. No, he's going to try to force his way in the front here. It's going to be maybe the right call. It depends on the micro here. It really depends. Maybe go for Bills. No, he's going to go for the spears first. Is it going to be enough?
Yeah, like TaToH is microing here so much, he has not yet clicked up the castle. I don't know if he's thinking if it's worth to go to castle. Yeah, he knows it's worth it. Because he's investing 1.8k resources in castle, and that's 1.8k resources he can't make on military. Whereas ACCM, obviously, still has his res available to him, and he's investing it into upgrades. He's picked up bloodlines, got forging, defense, all of his feudal age ranged upgrades as well.
And TaToH, like, his tower is getting taken out by this tower from ACCM, but it's not the biggest deal because TaToH can just expand to the bottom. Towers are static, so it's not really a big deal to get taken off of one area if you still have the bottom area. So yeah, TaToH is setting himself up here to be in a really good spot as long as he doesn't take too much damage from these scouts that are coming in. Scouts and archers and skirms.
Oh, I think ACCM's finally going to get a Vil kill.
Yeah, well, he got a few.
He got a couple, but the first...
Yeah, for the first little while, he just wasn't quite getting them.
It's finally
Now
happening. You see her little body and her very natural fibers of her clothing decomposing quite nicely here. And the scouts from ACCM, like, he's not that far away from clicking up castle, but by the time he gets there and clicks up, Tati will be long in castle. He'll have... oh, what do you think we're going to go for? Crossbow? I think with 10 archers, crossbow seems to be the natural play.
He's still adding archers right now, so I think it's for sure he's going to be going crossbowman. TaToH with 2 archers in one range and none in the other range. Kind of weird, but it happens. And yeah, crossbowman is going to be a little bit difficult for our Cuman's player to stop. I think that ACCM is probably going to need to buy a tower in the bottom. Yeah, and look, instantly when TaToH got up, ACCM adds a market, and he's going to buy a tower on this mill. Because that's the only thing he can really do here to defend. University down for TaToH, so he's going to go for a quick ballistics timing. Now, the archers are going to be here before the tower's up, because just ACCM didn't have the market down, so he couldn't buy the tower.
It's gonna be, yeah, there's a tower as predicted.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy ourselves a little bit of time, but crossbow is in, botkin is in 10 seconds, and they have visuals. They see this happen, and they don't have ballistics yet. Oh, but villager from close range dies, and that is very tragic. I think the tower will go up though, but we lose that one villager, and TaToH, he's not adding more town centers, so ACCM will have the villager lead because TaToH did idle for a little bit more.
Yeah, ACCM getting his defenses just barely in time. Losing the Vill was kind of not the greatest, but it has bought him enough time to get to Castle Age relatively safely. He's going to be okay for now. Probably not going to be able to get in the back of TaToH's base, but as long as he doesn't take too much damage from these 10 crossbowmen and 7 skirmishers that are forward. Okay, yeah, wow, TaToH is just diving. He knows that ACCM has nothing, and look at this panic tower in the back. I don't even know if TaToH is going to go in, but anyways.
Well, it's there. I'm also looking at this little forward from ACCM, and he had scouts that were just on stand ground, losing HP to skirmishers. Tati with 9 skirms, 5 spears, 13 crossbows, and a partridge in a pear tree. And Mr. ACCM, mostly scouts, so I guess light cav will be the play. And Cuman light cav are a little faster, right? They do have built-in speed.
Yeah, they're the same speed as husbandry for now. They get the extra, another additional 5% in the Imperial Age. So they're not any faster than a generic light cav right now, but they are still speedy boys right out the gate. Now, TaToH's army is trapped back here.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
Yeah, if he can get some ranged units in position, which he does have a few, Archer dying, but
we managed to get a villager, so I mean, yeah, ACCM needs to get rid of, or at least we know, maybe we can wall them in here or something. I don't know. Just thinking out loud here. Just thinking out loud as TaToH's adding a town center on his shorefish here. So his food eco is looking all right. ACCM still maintaining 24 on food. So his food income is quite nice. And oh, the choke point here. Not too great for the Knights.
No, yeah, it's so hard to engage against melee units. Just, the Knights are so chunky. But the skirmishers helping out quite a bit from behind, but TaToH knows that the ranged units were going to help a lot, so he just, he focus fired them down.
Yeah, now, here he is sending the weak Knights out of here, maybe going to Papa here. If we get a monk on the field would be lovely, but don't see a monastery just yet. Tati dropping a 3rd TC on some berries and some wood over here, adding a rack, so he's committing to his pike production, his pike Ellie siege here, if you will. He's got armored elephant on the field to go take this tower down.
Well, ACCM's going to see that, and he's going to have to prepare a counter to these pikes. He might go into skirmishers, and looks like he is actually starting to make skirmisher production here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see elite skirmisher upgrade come in, because that is going to be an effective counter to what TaToH is producing. The eco is similar right now, but TaToH on 3 TCs, so he will gain a lead. So again, ACCM gonna need to do a ton of damage here just to make up for that.
Yeah,
getting a villager. Yeah, go ahead.
We're getting a few kills here in the south and idling a town center, so that's good progress. And ACCM sees these. Oh, hold on. Will he see this TC? Yes. You know what I'm thinking? A castle right here. If he gets there. Oh, would love to see it. But Mr. TaToH, he is putting on the pressure.
Yeah. I mean, neither player can really think about going for a castle at this stage. It's just so expensive. But yeah, the skirmishers, are there going to be enough in time to defend against TaToH's attack on this goal? This is going to be very difficult for ACCM to defend because he just doesn't have the unit count here.
No, and I don't know if he's going to invest 230 wood into the elite skirmisher upgrade. His tower is a little further back here, the panic tower that he constructed. And this armored elephant is going to be able to go through this house really, really quickly. Villager count a little less for ACCM, military a little less for ACCM. But he's getting some raids here. He needs to kill a lot more, though, to even up the score.
Yeah, killing the pikemen was pretty good with the knights. He killed pikemen and then he was able to kill some vills, but ended up losing all of the knights. And elite skirmishers coming in, but it's going to be a little late. Yeah, this one armored elephant is actually insane. Just one elephant, and it's making this army go in. The skirmisher, elite skirmisher's not in yet, but
it's not in yet. It'll be there in 5 seconds, and they do have a little bit of a hill bonus. Yep. And now I forgot to take off my mod, so they're the elite Ellie skirmisher. They've been made in my image, very beautiful. But they counter archers and pikes quite nicely. Will struggle significantly versus these armored elephants.
Yeah. But the tower is going to be enough to clean up this army in the back, so that's not really that important anymore. This will get cleaned up. I don't think any more villas will go down. Maybe a few skirms will go down, but not really. No, nothing else will die from from ACCM here. But 15 villagers down, 1 TC. Where's the all-in? Like, he has to make military and he has to push, but how can he push? It's so difficult.
He's not dilated yet. He can't push. All right, moving on. We have knights that are here. They're running away from all these pikes. 13 of them, and they have +2 defense. No attack yet, but it is looking ugly. However, ACCM, like, he's skirming it out. He's skirming it out. He's got 13 skirms, and that will be nice to clean up both the pikes and the crossbows. And the elephant has been removed out of the picture, so there's a dream.
There's a dream, but these vills are going down, so kind of hurts. Kind of hurts a lot.
Yeah, it is a little painful. It is a little painful. We're making lots of houses here and trying to get the food here, but with 9 on food now for ACCM, Dravidian with 35, and a siege workshop coming down. And because Taddy's done a great job of expanding, the siege workshop's aggressive and defensive. He's feeling fine. And he's feeling confident enough to start mining stone, and I think we'll see castles from him coming down. Be like Bob Barker on The Price is Right. Come on down.
I don't know if we're even going to be seeing any castles this game, though, because ACCM, he's about to get taken off of food, and I mean, what can he really do?
Skirmishers, he's got 20 of them, and they're just slow. They're just slow, but we are going for a counterattack and not the defense? No.
I mean, he knows he has to do damage, but oof, like, he can't do anything really, so I don't know. It's too little too late.
Yeah, TaToH's got 2 relics. He's got the villagers. He's got the military. He's now even flexing with his eco upgrades, picking up heavy plow and elite skirmisher. Ooh, and wheelbarrow. My goodness. Yeah. And now Dravidian skirms, as we already mentioned, they do fire 25% faster, so it's pretty nice in a skirm war. Dravidians would win.
Yeah. Very likely. But the thing is that you're one-shotting and you're dodging a lot too. But yeah, no, Dravidian skirms are kind of, I would argue Byzantine skirms are maybe a little better because you can get more. But Dravidian skirms probably a close second. Probably a close second in my opinion.
Well, I mean, what about Imperial skirms for Vietnamese? Maybe that's...
Nah. They're good.
Hold on. Will we kill some vills here? It looks like we have. But Mr. Taddy, 47 more vills to work with. Even if he loses 20, 30 vills, does it matter? Does it even matter?
Yeah, I mean, TaToH has the better military. He's got the better economy, technology as well because he has ballistics. So, ACCM doesn't have a ton of hope in this game. He's clinging on to that last little bit of hope just with these night raids, idling all of the TCs and everything.
He's got 3 on food, and now his tower that was defending whatever eco he had here is exposed. But I think he already overfished the shorefish, so it doesn't really matter much. But he's definitely not in the position to be taking any more shorefish. So these mills are just going to be a pipe dream. And we are trying to make a counterattack here with skirmishers. Skirmishers have no ballistics. At least they have Botkin, which is something.
They have something. But at the same time, ACCM losing a Mangonel for free, unfortunately, which is definitely not what he wanted. And TaToH just lost a bunch of vills, but also he's just instantly replaced them because he has 4 TCs. So all the villagers that he lost are replaced, and all of the units that ACCM lost are not replaced. So,
pretty much, yeah. We're losing even more vills at the wood line here for Taddy. And Taddy with 44 on food, and if he's making primarily crossbows, they're only a wood and gold unit. We can even somehow get to Imperial Age. But what's more is he has enough stone for a castle. He's got that castle Monet, that castle Moolah, and he's thinking perfect. But what a time for ACCM's little knights to show up, eh?
Yeah, are they going to be able to deny the castle? I guess they'll push it back.
Yeah, push it back for sure. I mean, it's certainly something. We got to celebrate any little victory here for ACCM.
Yeah, exactly. The pikes are here, and they are going to clean up. Just, yeah, TaToH without the pikes forward, but once the pikes come forward, then they are going to do the job, even with the archer and the skirms here. And...
oh no, skirmishers have a minimum attack distance, by the way, so if the pikes surrounded them just like they did, the skirmishers can't do anything, and they just sit there in fear, paralyzed in fear. And now we have another wood line in the east-hand side here, ACCM's base at the edge of the wood line. Oh, and Mr. ACM knows the jig is up.
Yep. He just got really behind again in this game, just behind a Castle Age, and then the momentum just never went back into ACCM's favor. So TaToH with the faster Castle Age, Dravidians was a really great pick because, yeah, the extra carry capacity, so their villagers are working a lot more efficiently on the fish, but then also half-price pikeman upgrade. So he was able to easily counter these cavalry with the infantry units.
Write that down. Write that down. More ass. More pikemen.
More Dravidians.
More Dravidians. Yeah, well, you know. Let's take a look at the statistics. Military, economy, technology. Daddy. 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 Maybe we should start calling him Daddy. Okay, no, let's not. Let's not and say we didn't. Okay, so strong military numbers. We were keeping up for ACCM, but at the end, as soon as we got the elite skirmisher, there was no stopping TaToH. He's going up, up, up to the races. More res collected here with the 3 relics also contributing to some gold generated. Not too shabby. Slightly faster castle time. More villies, paid the billies. Clicky clicks for Taddy in all the right places. GG.
Nice summary. GG. Yep. That was actually a pretty good set. We got our 2-1 like we were wanting.
Like predicted. We didn't know which way it was going to go. Ellie said TaToH. You said ACCM. We know how that one worked out for us.
Yet again. But it was a good set. Nonetheless, the last 2 games kind of went the same way with just TaToH getting ahead economically and then just ACCM 1 TC but not able to really do anything. So, yeah, it just shows the importance of the Castle Age time in Empire Wars.
Yeah, Dravidians here, solid play, winning on Moras. I think Moras, probably the correct pronunciation, but you know. One's more fun than the other. And unenclosed, I believe that was ACCM's victory where he won with Chinese. And then Arakama, the Bulgarian win. GG.
Yep. Gee.
So
Jeez.
what we have next on the B stream is going to be the winners rounds from the A stream, from the main stream. But we all know this is the better stream. That's why it's called the B stream, the better stream.
B for better. Yeah.
But all right. We also have Ryan in the back who is scratching her little ear. What the dog doing?
You know what I did? Made coffee before the set, and now I'm going to go get it. And it's probably all cold.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right. So next on the agenda, on the agenda, if you're a fan of Ellieisms, we have Dogao versus Veleze, and then we're going to have Viper versus either Jordan or MBL, depending on who wins their set. So pretty wild. I'd like to thank everyone again who's new to the stream. Welcome everyone, and who's supporting Nilly or my stream. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. Thank you. So, shuckers. Thanks for the shout out. You guys can join me. Ryan's on my channel a lot, so you see her all the time. I'm like a crazy dog lady. I even got a little magnet with Ryan, and look at that smile. Okay, moving on with our lives. If you have any grievances you want to air out, now is the time. Now is the time. So, Dogao versus Veleze. Let me see what Lord Petito is saying. We've got changing players, so we are in the works. It's in the works. So then we'll do the drafts, and we're excited. So they're also best of three. Sorry, best of twos is not really possible. Let me just remove my mod here with the Ellie skirm, so we don't have to look at the Ellie skirm mod here. But beam. I guess small trees will keep. I feel like that's pretty important. I like it a lot, but the Ellie skirmishers, I don't think we need anymore. As amusing as they are, they're a little distracting. So, hopefully that has done the job. Should have just removed them. Okay.
All right. Did you fix your mods?
I removed them, yeah. Please remove my mods. Do I have any other really annoying mods? I don't think so. I think they help me for casting. I like the small trees. It's always very good.
Small trees. Like,
Fish borders. I think